Let's talk about something we talked about last time, which is ChatGPT. Its owner, OpenAI, has another tool with GitHub called Copilot. What Copilot does is very, very similar to ChatGPT in that it's kind of a suggestive, generative coding text. So if I'm writing code for my website, Copilot can kind of suggest a line of code here and there to fill in what I'm doing. Now, to do this, you have to scrape a lot of code from the internet, and now GitHub and OpenAI are getting sued by all these, programmers saying you stole our code,
Sure.
you stole our copyright. This is piracy.
This was inevitable. This was such an inevitable lawsuit. You're going to see more of these. You're going to see 100%
Right.
more of these. Like, how do you teach these AI tools without, you're right, if it's a coding tool, the coding, if it's an art-related tool, the art, like any of these different items to, that you need to train up the AI. So, I mean, this is just the start of many.
Yeah, it is the start of many. And relatedly, you have Getty Images, which is OpenAI has a third kind of AI, which is called DALL-E, which is an art generator. It scraped so much of Getty Images, and Getty Images said, hey, if you wanted to do this, you could have licensed from us. We have a specific licensing model for data scraping.
Could have just paid
and
for
you didn't
it.
do that. Huh?
Yeah, you just could have paid for it. It's like, it's really like, guys, like, this happens all the time. You should have just paid for this.
But we talked about this in the past with kind of like the smaller artists. I do think that it's going to take these bigger companies to step in and say, hey, we're Disney,
Absolutely.
we're Getty Images, we're these bigger companies and you're taking from us, and this is piracy.
Absolutely. You are not going to, unless you have this conglomeration, like an association, right? Association of small artists who can pool together resources. You're not going to see otherwise. You're literally not going to see these lawsuits, or you're going to see small lawsuits. I do think in the copyright realm and the IP realm, there is fee entitlement for certain claims, which helps, right? You have maybe you'll have these law firms that will come in and on contingency, well, like sort of contingency, right? Like it's fee entitlement. You're going to have fee entitlement and represent a bunch of these people and go one after the other. But more realistically, it's companies like this asserting these big lawsuits, each side having very large law firms that can be funded. And absolutely.
Yeah. So this will be a continuing fight across multiple AI generators, but it'll be interesting to see where copyright law lands with all this, because this is a new frontier.
It is. I mean, it's hard. Listen, don't get me wrong. Like you feel for the folks, especially that like things have been taken from them. Their art, their intellectual property. It's them. It's truly an extension of them.
Yeah.
Again, this is reminding me of like a tweet where it's like, this is horrible for the government, but God, this is great content. This is like this is horrible but like, man, this is great for IP law. This is definitely cool to see this fleshed out. The academic in me, as the human, I'm like, oh, geez.
There are two sides here, clearly.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out also on LinkedIn and Twitter to keep up to speed with what we're doing. Catch you on the next one.